Sunday prime time.
Okay. It's going to be starting in just about 3 seconds.
Okay, mine's underway. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Sack to the Future, Week 2, 1963. The Boston Patriots at the Baltimore Colts. I'm Vinny Vincent, and I'm joined by...
This is Phantom Fighter.
Who's controlling the Patriots for the 63, 64, and 65 seasons. And tonight...
We'll see.
A bit of a new format. Not only are we going to play the game, talk about the game, but we're also going to be more like a podcast. We're going to have a topic that we're going to debate. Also, will we find out where Tears 89 is?
Will the mystery finally be solved? Got all kinds of leads, but not sure if they'll check out. Got all kinds of leads,
we still got music on that profile, huh?
All kinds of leads, Yep, forgot to fix that, I guess.
That's alright.
Couple of 0-1 teams going at it, desperate for a win.
Let's see, playlist. Let's get this done real quick and I'm sure. Messenger. Thanks the future. Share.
So I don't think it shows as we're broadcasting, but the Madden ratings has this game at the Patriots are in 82 and the Colts are in 83.
Okay.
On top of that, regular season records were very similar. I think Patriots were 7-6-1 and the Colts were 8-6, if I remember right.
Yep. Both teams start out this game 0-1. Ooh, Wendell Harris coming down with a hell of a shot on the return run. The Colts losing in Week 1 to the Packers, and the Patriots to the Bills, both in tightly contested games. Colts lost by virtue of an extra point that they missed, while the Patriots gave up a touchdown late in the fourth quarter.
Yes.
Babe Pirelli. Now he's a Patriots quarterback that led the team to a playoff appearance, along with Steve Grogan, Tony Eason, Drew Bledsoe, and of course Tom Brady. Not a long line of Patriot playoff quarterback appearances, but they have a few.
Probably not as illustrious as the Colts, or at least not as top heavy.
You know, the Colts. Let's see: John Unitas, Earl Morrall, Burt Jones, Jack Trudeau,
Yeah.
Jeff George. No,
Burt Jones and Jeff
why
George.
Did I say Jeff George? I didn't mean Jeff George.
Strong.
I can't believe I said Jeff George. I meant John Harbaugh.
Jim Harbaugh.
Jim Harbaugh. Jim Harbaugh. Peyton Manning, Andrew Luck.
Yeah, I'd say overall that's better. But right now it's Babe Pirelli showing some.
Pirelli taking off running. Did he get the first down? Yes, first and 10.
Yeah, they gave it to him.
For Boston. Yeah, I might have to look. No, maybe that's right. I don't know. Did the Patriots ever wear red pants with the white jerseys? Maybe in the 80s.
Yeah, I don't know when they started. I mean, I don't know how often, but I don't think way back here they did.
No. Larry Guerin picks up 5 on his first carry. So, Terrors 89 still rocking out on vacation. Rocking out with his socks out. Mysterious location. Actually, I think he's on assignment for the CIA, but what do I know?
Oh, my report last saw him in a hot air balloon over New Mexico.
Hot air balloon, that's a good one.
Will we ever find out where Terrace 89 really is?
I don't know. Gino Marchetti's stuffing Larry Guerin. Lost him. No, maybe you pick up a... Wait, he had 5 yards, now he has 4. Lost him 1. My math was a little off there for a second. It'll be 3rd down and 6. Sunday night football. A thing that wasn't a thing in 1963.
Right. Let's see here. Still trying to learn these Patriots. What? No, you must have got hit.
Receiver. You don't know.
Otherwise, it's well, not the best throw a Patriots quarterback's ever made. We'll say that.
It'll be 4th down and 6.
Patriots punter's also their backup quarterback, I believe.
Tom Usick. A Patriots quarterback named Tom. Much like the more famous Tom of the Patriots, Tom Ramsey, who played in 1986 and wore number 12.
TR12, they used to call him, yes. I think.
Yes.
Now, on the other hand, Babe Parilli's not bad. But, well, I don't know. It's a question for you, starting right off the bat. Who's the best Colts quarterback out ever? Is it Unitas or is it Peyton Manning?
Well, it's not George Shaw.
It's not. There you go.
Stonewall says he's vacationing on the moon. Stonewall says he's vacationing on the moon. And speaking of the moon, of course, we're currently in the 50th anniversary of the moon landing. And if you're a conspiracy theorist, you can suck a rocket. We landed on the moon in 1969.
Suck a rocket.
And if you don't believe me, Buzz Aldrin will punch your lights out.
There you go.
Tom Maddie up the middle, or off tackle, 2 rushes, 60 yards. Unitas or Peyton Manning? Now, as far as here's the difficult thing that I always have with quarterback debates is what are the criteria? Because when comparing eras, it's very rough to compare Unitas to Manning because the game is just much different. If your criteria is passing yards or something like that.
Yeah, I would say compared to the other quarterbacks in their era.
John Mackey on the reception. Well, comparatively, Unitas up against the best of the 60s, like Starr in the NFL. Starr, Meredith, Sonny Jurgensen, John Brody. I would put Unitas right up near the top. I mean, he won 3 championships in his career, 58, 59, and 70, although an argument can be made that 70 doesn't count because he was injured in the second quarter. Matty up the middle for the touchdown. But I would still say he was a starter of record, and that's what the record states. So I'd put him up near the top of his competitors in 60. I think he might have won the NFL MVP one of those years. I'm pretty sure he was the passing yardage leader in 63. It's a 7-0 game now.
I can't recall if I think he has an MVP.
Yeah, I think it was 61,
at least one.
Maybe. Yeah. Now, Peyton Manning is going to get a lot of discredit because he only won 2 Super Bowls in an era where Tom Brady has won 6. But Peyton Manning became the first, and this is important, because other quarterbacks tried and failed, the first quarterback to win a Super Bowl with 2 different franchises. Kurt Warner attempted it. Craig Morton attempted it, failed both times. And I believe there was one other quarterback that started. But now Stonewall says the Bermuda Triangle. Interesting location. Pass is complete. Pirelli has started 2 of 3.
So
Tony Romeo.
I would, using the criteria of kind of comparing them to their era, I kind of consider John Unitas the best of his era. I'd put him right there at number 1, I think, above Bart Starr. And I don't have Peyton Manning as number 1.
Ordell Braze, yes, Stonewall, we're all guessing where Tears is because nobody truly knows. But stay tuned and we will tell you. We don't know, but we will tell you. Ordell Braze on the sack of Pirelli brings it back to 3rd and 10. Well, the one good thing that Unitas and Manning do have in common is that they both won championships for the Colts, although be it in different cities. They're the only two quarterbacks that can say that. They're the only two. Earl Morrall won an NFL championship in '68, but not the Super Bowl then. So that one, of course, depends on who. What do you consider a championship between '66 and '69? Is the league championship good enough, or did it have to be the Super Bowl those 4 years? Me, I'm of the opinion it had to be the Super Bowl. So Unitas and Peyton Manning are definitely 1 and 2. And then you get into an argument after that. But we're not, of course, talking about 3 and 4. We're talking about Unitas versus Manning.
Right.
And I almost, as far as leadership goes, and Jerry Logan ran right into the guy. I almost would say that Manning is a bit above Unitas because it's just his work ethic and his knowledge on the field and what he could do with a game plan. It was almost like having a coach on the field. But I can't discredit how I feel about Unitas. I mean, he's the reason why number 19 is my favorite number. He's the entire reason I'm running the Colts is because of him. And I mean, I'll stick with the Colts for other reasons, but no gain.
Well, I've often heard a lot of people say that Unitas had complete control of the plays on the field.
Oh, yeah, in that era, he definitely did.
Yeah.
But the game was much different and probably, I'm not going to say simpler, but I don't think that...
it was. I mean, the defenses weren't as... At least zone defenses weren't as complicated and as elaborate as they are when Peyton Manning played. That's true. But I don't think that takes anything away from him. Again, it's him compared to his era versus...
Matty loses a yard on the play call.
Meanwhile, as controlling the Patriots, my choice is pretty simple. There's no doubt in anyone's mind. If there is, definitely comment below. But Tom Brady's clearly the best Patriot quarterback of all time.
Of course, that gets into the argument, and we could debate this for all time, of who indeed is the best of all time. Because the term GOAT is thrown around like candy nowadays. John Mackey on the reception keeps the drive alive. Greatest of all time, GOAT. And I always get into the argument of how can you possibly compare Brady and Montana, Brady and Unitas, because of different eras. But if you're going to, if championships are your comparison, then Brady obviously, up there. But the competition that Montana had to face, the defense, the this, the that, I would put Montana above that, and therefore I wouldn't say Brady's the GOAT. Now, a friend of mine has another acronym, GOTE, greatest of this era, and in that case, yes, Brady should be considered the GOTE.
Yeah, well, I think you have to start there. For instance, I've had people argue Tom Brady against Dan Marino, and I'll say, well, wait a minute, was Dan Marino... Are you saying Dan Marino's better than Joe Montana? Because if Dan Marino's not the best of his era, and Tom Brady is the best of his era, then you got to start there, I think. Yeah. And at least that's how I handle it. It's like, okay, let's grab the best from the era and then try to somehow put them together.
What are their qualifications for best of the era? Because you're trying to... I don't know who you're talking about, but if they're trying to tell me that Dan Marino's better than Joe Montana... Montana won 4 championships. Okay, Marino had more passing yards. Is Marino better than Jim Kelly? Head-to-head, Kelly beat him soundly, time after time after time. So, but they're both in the Hall of Fame. Is Marino better than Elway? They didn't play head-to-head. They only 3 times in their whole career did they meet on the field. Once in '85 and twice in '98. And one of those games in '98 was a meaningless end-of-the-season game. John Mackey catches the pass, and United started 5 of 5, 76 yards.
Yeah, well, this guy, he is a Dolphins fan, and
then, I mean,
and obviously a huge Marino fan. But my point, the reason I asked him that is because he does think Montana was the best of that era. I mean, he does think Montana was above Marino, and so I'm like, well, if that's the case, then you can't really. Marino's not the comparison to Tom Brady. It's Montana versus Brady, and then of course that's a longer argument. At least that's where we ended up arguing longer on that.
I'm going to take my finger off the acceleration button, and I didn't.
But yeah, it's definitely hard when you start getting the best of this era versus best of that era. It's even hard within the same era, like you said, Kelly, Elway, Marino, Montana.
That era was just phenomenal. I mean, you have 3 Hall of Fame quarterbacks from the '83 draft that, in combined effort, if you throw in Tony Easton, as far as guys who started the Super Bowl, let's see, Kelly lost 4, Elway lost 3, Easton lost 1, Marino lost 1. That's 7, 8, 9, 2 and 9. Oh.
There's a big sack.
Nobody came open, yep. Addison on the sack. So, and if it wasn't for Elway, the whole quarterback draft class would have been winless in the Super Bowl. Whereas the 2000 draft class has 6 Super Bowl wins, and Tom Brady was, oddly enough, the 6th quarterback picked out of that draft in the 6th round.
So he is the Antichrist.
Yeah, 666. Or no, there were 6 quarterbacks taken ahead of Brady. I believe he was the 7th.
Oh, okay.
I remember watching a special Brady.
I know he's 199. He always says that. Pick number 199.
So Jim Martin hits a field goal to give the Colts a 10-0 lead. Also, if you're watching this, of course, Stonewall watching it live, but if anybody's watching later on, what do you think? What are your opinions on Brady, Unitas? Who would you rather have if you were starting a franchise calling your signals?
Now, there we go.
Nice move. Stonewall says it sounds like it's a matter of who you ask and who they think is best. Well, that's what sports debate is all about. You can ask 100 people the same question, you'll get 95 different answers. And those other 5 people were sheep just following their buddy that was standing next to him.
Huh. Yeah,
they were sheep in a squad.
There's other things to think about as well. For instance, you mentioned that Elway was the only one that came through from that class. And in his early years, he was phenomenal. And he basically willed his team into the Super Bowl, but he couldn't will them the Super Bowl win because they were just going
the catch is held
teams.
on to, yep. The catch is held on to by Colclaw. 6-yard pickup. Yeah.
But later, when he won, he had Terrell Davis, a phenomenal running back. So then, you kind of look around. Joe Montana had Roger Craig for some years. Tom Brady never gets a good running back. He only had a great receiver 1 year, and they almost went undefeated.
Yep.
So, I think Tom Brady's much less likable because a lot of times when I'm arguing with people, they just don't. I could tell they just don't like him.
Yeah. Well,
it's like, the refs make calls for him. Well, Michael Jordan got a lot of calls, but he was likable, so you don't think of it the same.
Here's the other argument that I would be willing to put out there. If Tom Brady gets drafted by the Bengals, does he win 6 Super Bowls?
Well, you could say that for anyone.
Mm-hmm. But at the same time, if the Bengals draft, if the Patriots draft, I can't think of another quarterback taken in 2000. Akili Smith. I think that might have been 99 when he was taken. But does Akili Smith become a Hall of Famer? Does he win 6 Super Bowls? So the question is both ways. Is Brady a system quarterback, but was he the right person to be in that system? Because Bill Belichick did not have a quarterback in Cleveland, although he did take him to the playoffs. But would he have found a quarterback if they'd kept him when they went to Baltimore.
Yeah, I think when the quarterbacks are that good, they would have been good on other teams.
Good, but great?
Right, yeah. Well, but I don't buy, like, Tom Brady's average, but because he's in that system, he's one of the greatest ever. I believe he would have been really good either way. But I think most people that win the Super Bowl have the system. Like we were just talking about Elway. Elway by himself? No. Add Terrell Davis and Mike Shanahan's offense? Yeah. He can win some Super Bowls. So it's always was Montana really good, or was Jerry Rice so good it didn't matter? Oh, that was stupid. I hit the wrong button.
Unbelievable. By Lenny Lyles. Got to get by this guy. Got to get by that guy. Stay in bounds. Oh, down to the 9-yard line. Does Tom Brady throw that pass that Babe Parilli just threw?
If I was controlling him, he would. But what's upsetting about that one is X came open, and it might have been a touchdown. It was going to be a huge game, but I hit triangle for some stupid reason. And then when I saw it, I'm like, wait, I didn't throw it to that guy, but I obviously did.
Matty picking up 4 yards on the carry. Matty taking over the full-time starting position in 1963 as Lenny Moore is getting up there in a bit in age. Will still be the third down back. Stonewall commented he thinks Roger Staubach's a great quarterback of his era. You know, the 70s is an interesting debate because you've got several varying different styles of quarterback, whether it be Ken Stabler going deep or Terry Bradshaw, basically an offensive coordinator on the field. Roger Staubach, who you could never count out of the game.
Matty again.
And those are the famous ones. You got some unsung quarterbacks too that were very decent in the 70s, like Ron Jaworski, played for the Rams or the Eagles. Steve Grogan with the Patriots, Burt Jones in Baltimore, Steve Bartkowski later on in the 70s for Atlanta. So I mean, the quarterbacks in the 70s are usually not talked about in the same vein as say the 80s or 90s or today, but there's some very decent quarterbacks. And it is 17-0 now as Baltimore has scored again off the turnover.
Well, here we're in 63 here in Sick to the Future, and the offenses are starting to open up. I mean, in real life history, the shotgun's been around for a couple of years now. They're starting to, get faster and faster offensive players. Without really, they're more drafting for offense, I guess you would say.
Yeah.
And then 70s is like a reaction to that. So then all of a sudden, all the great athletes are put on defense, and it's kind of a defensive era for a while. So
here's one I didn't, when I was talking about the unsung quarterbacks of the 70s, I forgot to mention that the Patriots actually drafted is Jim Plunkett.
Jim Plunkett, yeah.
Yeah. He doesn't get a lot of credit, although he won 2 Super Bowls. Actually, he's the first Hispanic quarterback to start a Super Bowl and win it. It is first and 10 at the 25 with 2:43 to go in the first half. Also, if you're watching this video on replays, the new podcast format, the discussion podcast, what do you think of the format? Is it a winner, or are we out of our minds?
God.
The sack by Jerry Logan, the rookie. And we'll have all kinds of conversations. If you've been following along, this idea kind of came from the games between John M. and I as we delve into conversations other than the game at hand. It's not going to be real handy for you trying to listen to the game at work, Phantom. But
that's true.
I will try my best to keep up with some play-by-play.
Well, we'll certainly, try to at least interject with the big plays, the scoring plays, that kind of stuff. Why does it take so long to catch the ball?
I don't know. Don Shinnick was able to get there and make the tackle. The screen pass was wide open. There was nobody in front of the offensive line. He could have ran for miles. But part of the EA Sports thing, the development, he didn't turn. Oh, by the way, did you see the thing I tagged you in on Facebook for Maximum Football? The player models were released today.
Oh, no, I think I missed that.
Very, very much improvement on their graphic visual presentation of the players. I
Well,
still don't know if they're going to have
exciting.
online play or anything like that, but they're definitely making leaps and bounds. Ooh, the pass
Of
falls
course he
harmlessly to the field. Depending on your perspective. Harmlessly from the Colts perspective, harmfully from the Boston perspective.
The Patriots weren't ready for this game, it feels like.
Well, if you look at the ratings going into the game, you'd feel that this should be a close game.
Right.
I, of course,
Receivers.
out of the
Yeah.
4 of us in Sack to the Future, I know that 3 of us played high school football. Did you play?
I did not play high school
Okay.
football.
So 3 of us played high school, 2 of us played college, or did Terrace play college? I think he might have. So 3 of us might have played college, and 1 of us stepped on the field one time in a semi-pro game. So we may not be, you know, all pros, but we definitely are students of the game. And out of the 4 of us, I am your... oh, there's Terrace. Hey, Terrace89. So the question is, are you in the Bermuda Triangle? Area 51. Are you flying over Nevada in a test balloon? Are you doing laps around a volcano? On the moon. The questions abound. He says, go someone. The Patriots are currently... Oh, I put this nicely. Not playing football.
Yeah.
Oh, I lost a viewer. It might have been him. Trying to hide small.
Oh.
Where
Yeah.
in the world is Terrace89?
You could tell we were getting close to cracking the case.
Cracking the code.
Tom Maddie's on fire today.
He is an extra on the set of NCIS New Orleans. Playing a dead body. Oh, Tom Maddie. Tom Maddie's playing a dead body right now. Is that Eisenhower?
finally.
Eisenhower.
Shed.
Everybody likes Ike. Oh. Why am I getting a text? Oh, boy. That's not good. I was going to say, why am I getting a message this late from in a family chat? You know, somebody had their car broken into. Oh, they're going to call it incomplete.
Wow.
Raymond Berry
Stepped
comes
out of
streaking
bounds, I
across.
guess.
Huh. Well, short.
Okay.
That was Unitas' first incompletion. Why do you got to have vandalization? All right, we've done our discussion of quarterbacks. Let's talk about that. Why do we got to have somebody vandalizing somebody else's car at a county fair? And I'm not going to get into details or whatever because that's for the police, but you know, you go to a county fair to have a good time with your family, and some asshat is out there breaking into your car.
Right. Yeah, I don't understand.
That was an
people.
incomplete pass. I thought you caught that.
Yeah, the Patriots are a little bit off. They're dropping balls.
Oh, they're gonna
Oh,
review it.
well, let's see. Let's see. If he didn't get his feet down, there's no reason why. Oh,
Overturned,
okay.
8-yard gain.
Hey, we'll take it.
Second down and 2. Oh, and he breaks the tackle.
Cappelletti.
Breaks the tackle and then causes the break and tackle caused the other guy to fall. Touchdown pass from Pirelli to Cappelletti.
Cappelletti, a fan favorite.
5 seconds to go before the half. Cappelletti then kicks the extra point. Gino. Here's a question for you. How about the uniforms? I see the Jets have changed their uniform for the 2019 season, going to more of a mixture of their classic logo with the 80s or late 70s and 80s look. I think it's ugly, but I don't like the Jets, so.
Yeah.
What do you think of the NFL teams lately changing uniforms, especially with the advent of Nike having the uniform contract?
Well, I personally think that they're only changing the uniforms because the old ones are racist. I'm joking.
Wow. Where did that come from?
That was my tribute to Colin Kaepernick.
Oh.
Because everything's racist.
Yes, indeed it is.
No, I don't. The Jets one, I don't know. I'll have to see a game with them. In the pictures, I don't mind it too much. It's not horrible. The Jaguars are horrible.
At least they got rid of the two-tone helmet.
Right. Well, that's what I meant when they went there. I mean, getting back away from that is, of course, a step up. But why?
The Tennessee Titans, to me, looks like they went up and stole a bunch of uniforms out of the Toronto Argonauts locker room and slapped their logo on it.
Yeah.
Oh, whoa, lowered the shoulder. Why is Matty returning kicks? First and 10 at the 19.
Okay. Gonna have to play some defense here for once. We have certainly seen in history that changing uniforms was good. Just draw your attention to the Denver Broncos and what I had to play in the first 2 years.
Yeah. Well, not only that, but when they changed the uniforms in '97, they went to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
The Buccaneers changed uniforms that same year, and they also went to the playoffs.
Okay, so the Bucs, first of all, some people, I think you either love or hate them, but I love the creamsicle uniforms.
They grow on you.
Bucs did. Yeah.
They grow on you while they were playing in them. I don't think anybody really. I think they were a laughing stock, but as throwbacks, they grow on you. The change in '97, I saw as a positive change. I thought it was a beautiful look. The change back in, what was it, 13 or 14? Just stupid. Just
right. Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Who the hell
I like
come
the
up with
first
that?
change, not the second.
Yeah.
Why am I changing into the guy that has nothing to do with the play all the time?
John Mackey, another reception. He has 3 receptions for 39 yards. It's nice having a good tight end. Bonacani on the tackle, so there's some big names on that play. The Buffalo Bills, I, of course, began getting into football in 1988. So they had the red helmets with the white face masks and the blue jerseys. Which is not, obviously, it would be their 4th look. Their 5th look, if you count the face mask change in '87. Well, their 4th look as far as a total helmet goes. When they changed in '02, 7 different shades of color with striping all over the place. 3 different shades of blue, I believe, or 4 different shades of blue. Just absolutely stupid. Of course, I'm a big proponent of you fall in love with the team the uniform when you fell in love with the team. So, of course, I'm going to prefer 1988 to 2001. But at the same time, their change, I believe it was 2013 or 12, 11 maybe, I don't know, was definitely a positive change. Going to the white helmets, the classic look from the 70s with a bit of a modern update. You know, no, I'm not against that. I wish that the NFL would lift this stupid. Oh, that's dumb. That's thank God. That you can only have one helmet shell for the whole year. So the throwbacks, like what the Colts or Patriots are currently wearing, the Bills can't go to the red helmets. Why can't they? If they're going to have that rule, though, here's my question: so why can't the teams paint the helmets? Notre Dame paints their helmets every week. Every week they take the helmets from the players and paint them. It doesn't take that long to dry. It's not rocket science. All of a sudden, the Colts offense is just grinding to a halt. Of course, we're now all over the place from the original topic, but that's going to happen in these games. That's how John and I go. I mean, of course, we don't have a pre-planned topic. This was a spur of the moment decision, not spur of the moment. This was a couple hours ago. We made this decision to change the format a little, try and be a little more entertaining, trying to get you to sit through a video for an hour. Ordell Bray's kind of magically grabbing you and bringing you back in. Had a fishing line, a hook on you or something. He just kind of reeled you back in. Second down the line.
And that leads us to our next conversation. Who is the best magician on the football field?
Well, definitely, if you look at this game, there's been some magical acts, like coaches with play sheets appearing out of nowhere, or they eat their hats sometimes. And
Right.
the one blast in the pass game that John and I did where the guy had no face.
Oh, that was a good one.
Well, Pirelli is 8 of 11, 97 yards. The interception did lead to... Logan kind of come in to make the tackle with his arms down by his sides. Of course, when you think about uniform changes, there's some teams that, just like the Colts, the Bears, they have a classic look, and they should never, the Packers, should never change them. But then you have some teams that had that same thing going and changed them, like the Browns.
Sure, yeah.
Wasn't a huge change that the Browns made, but it was enough to make you think, oh, why? Yeah. Of course, other sports change all the time. I mean, especially in college football. The Oregon Ducks, I believe, have worn 9,785 different uniform combinations since 2013.
Yes, at least.
Yeah. Of course, that's part of that is having Phil Knight and Nike being a alumni of the school, so that helps.
True.
Second down and 8 after that run. This will be the 21st play of the Patriots. And on the linebacker blitz, Don Shinnick. He got pushed to the left for a second there and then ran in and made the sack.
That was an extremely long windup.
And then your offensive line comes and walks right through you. Might as well. He let the defense run right through you. Third down and 19. Oh, he makes a diving catch. And if it wasn't for Cappelletti, this game would be completely different.
Yeah.
There's 2 receptions. Andy Nelson was coming in trying to get the interception, but ended up having to make the tackle.
Whew, that was a nice catch.
Marchetti in a hand fight with Guerin to make the tackle. Jerry Logan comes up and assists. Be second down and 10. Sometimes when I'm bored or instead of counting sheep when I'm trying to go to sleep, I will count quarterbacks. What does that mean? I will think of like a franchise and who led the franchise to the playoffs. And I'll go through, and so I gave you the list earlier, both the Colts and the Patriots. And they're playoff quarterbacks. Almost intercepted.
Yeah, it was, I think, did you end up with Peyton Manning as the best Colts quarterback of all time?
Begrudgingly. Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely close. But I actually think Unitas for the Colts and Tom Brady for the Patriots. So, but it's really close. I mean, Peyton Manning was really good. It's just, Peyton Manning, I don't know. I put a lot of importance on clutch, I guess. And I don't feel that Peyton Manning was great, but he got a little bit worse under pressure instead of a little bit better.
Well, definitely against the Patriots in the playoffs. I mean, what happened in the 03 divisional playoff game, the one where it was spit and snow, I mean, that Patriots secondary, of course, the rules kind of got tweaked a little because of how tight the Patriots are playing the Colts receivers, but that Patriots secondary just beat the Colts receivers all over the field that night.
Yeah, this might end up being stupid. Let's see.
Oh, Shinnick does not reach up.
I can't believe that worked.
And Coleclaw with the reception for the first down.
I can believe that he could make the catch, but I can't believe that guy didn't put his hands up to knock it down.
Yeah. He was in position, but he sort of turned around and didn't do anything. Oh, we're going to get, looks like a holding penalty by the way. Yes, Walt Kudzik with the hold.
Good job, Walt. Even with the hold, I still had no room to do anything. So earlier on your channel, I think it was the Cardinals game, I feel like that now, like absolutely no running. I have to do it all through the air if I'm going to do anything.
Oh, yeah. Luckily, John gave me multiple opportunities to make up for the fact that the lack of running that I had.
True, yeah. Yeah, so I think you're going to have to give me some opportunities.
Lenny Lyles makes the tackle. It'll be second down and 10. We're under a minute to go here in the third with the Colts lead the Patriots 17-7.
What is happening?
Yeah.
Like a lag or something.
Usually I'm the one suffering that.
Romeo.
First down reception. Down to the goal line at the 3-yard line. Andy Nelson on the tackle. This is the problem I have a lot too, is especially against John sometimes. Now I've got your opponent is experiencing. That was
oh man.
That's the end of the third quarter with the Colts leading the Patriots 17-7. I'll get a big lead and then I just let it evaporate. Whether it's an in-game thing or it's just me not being able to continue the same style of play, I don't know.
Well, at least if we're trying to make people watch the whole video, it was on pace to not be an exciting game, but it's getting closer.
Marchetti coming back and making the tackle. Guerin has 5 rushes for 5 yards.
Yes. Brilliant.
Second and goal from the 1.
Oh, he doesn't get
filling
in.
the hole is Ray Deal. Bill Pellington as well. 3rd and goal from the 1. Almost intercepted. Rich Saul. Better call Saul. 4th and goal. Now a 2-score game. The Patriots are going to try and cut the lead to 7. And it's good. Capoletti has all 10 of the Patriots' points.
It's a good day.
If the Colts lose this game, this is something I meant to bring up earlier but forgot. Both the Colts and the Oilers, the only 2 representatives the AFL has sent to the Super Bowl, would be 0-2. And the current leaders in the AFL South Division are the Houston Texans and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Of course, the Colts trying to keep pace with that.
And those, of course, come way thanks to the Vikings.
Now, the Patriots, of course, got a gift handed to them with the Bills' loss to the 49ers earlier in the day.
Yeah, it only matters if I can win this game. I'm mad he's not letting me do.
5-yard pickup as Matty hits 100 yards on 15 carries.
100 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Money Moore is in there. And he is going to get forward for a yard. 3rd down and 4.
6 minutes. This is a pretty big play, actually.
Oh, he cannot hold on. The rookie. Wood to Mackey, the rookie, and Mackey, unlike him, drops the pass. 4th down.
Oh, let's see.
Gilbert gets the punt away. Pellington and Harris down to make the tackle.
All right. See what Babe Pirelli can do.
Well, the screen pass worked pretty well. Lenny Lyles having to step up and make the tackle. 2nd down and 5. This will not be the last game on my channel, as I will have the showcase game of the Chargers and New York Jets coming your way. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Oh, come on. Nice hit. No one touched him. Oh, gosh. Unbelievable.
Third down and 5 with 5:01 to go in the game. Andy Nelson stepping up and making the tackle. On 4th and 1, the Patriots are going to jump into a no huddle.
Capoletti.
Bobby Boyd makes the tackle. Of course, obviously in close games like this, I think that conversations will die down as the game comes toward a crescendo because of trying to win, obviously.
Right. It's all about intensity. Crawford.
Andy Nelson comes up, makes a tackle on Crawford. He's got 4 carries, 3 yards. The John M channel is done. You've still got the Bronco game.
Yep.
And of course the full slate for the Terrors 89 channel.
Well, John does have one game against Terrors.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
And Guerin gets in. A whole day of struggling, finally pulls one off.
Again, one run. The 49ers-Bills game, you had one run, and that was the run that put the game away. This one doesn't put the game away, obviously, but it ties it up.
Yeah, it's that's 2 games in a row. It's been hard to run against your defense, but just got to stick with it.
Yep.
So, game of streaks. 17 in a row by the Colts, followed by 17 in a row by the Patriots.
Alex Hawkins bringing it out of the end zone. He will get to the 20.
Okay.
3:29 to go in the game. The Patriots have 242 total yards to 188 for the Colts. Oh, Orbs hit hard. 2nd down and 4. 6-yard pickup to Orr. That's the 2nd reception. Dick Felt with the hard tackle.
There we go. What?
Tom Natty fighting his way for 14 yards, and he should have probably been tackled back in the end zone. Or back in the end zone.
Yeah.
Back in the backfield.
That would have been something.
Houston and Twine on the tackle. Now that would have been the Terrors 89 glitch play.
Right, right. Oh, we haven't seen that for a while. He probably doesn't call the play anymore.
Nope. Oh,
that was
that's
better.
on the run, not as efficient. 2-yard loss. 2nd and 12.
Wait, let me do this. There we go.
Of course, Jimmy Orr standing in the Patriots huddle helps. Incomplete. Oh, come on.
Well, that brings up a big play.
Yep.
Okay. All day long.
Oh, diving catch by John Mackey.
Unbelievable.
He was the one I called. I went for the user call, trying to get my streaker to come back. He was the one that came across. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah. That was a good call. Nothing I could have did about the catch anyways, but luckily he dove to catch it because I don't know if you noticed, but of course it made me turn into someone that had nothing to do with anything. And so I dove and just completely laid out of the way, giving you a touchdown if you didn't have to dive for that.
Well, I'd rather not get the touchdown in that position. I'd rather run the clock down a little bit. I noticed when it's inside 2 minutes, the accelerated clock doesn't work either. I think it's because I probably have to turn it on.
Right.
Third down and 4.
Okay, come on, guys.
Here we go. Green 39. Green 39. Gone. Back 99 Philly. Here we go.
Lanny Moore fights his way for the first down. He only had 2 carries, but that last one was huge.
Why? Why would that be the suggestion?
Here we go now.
45 seconds to go. 2nd and 11. Patriots have 1 timeout remaining.
Here we go now.
Yard gain. Third down and 10.
Catch the ball.
United did not particularly have a good second half.
It's good.
21 seconds to go. No timeouts.
That's short of a miracle. Tell you what, I wish I had Tom Brady now.
Yeah.
or any of the guys we talked about. Babe Purley's not bad, but I don't think he's this. What?
That should just about do it.
Takes way too long to get rid of the ball. That's it.
Oh, what a game!
Congratulations.
Thank you. That was a hell of a game. This is our third game already of the season against each other, and they've all been close. A 7-point game, an 8-point game, and now a 3-point game.
Yeah, it didn't start very well, but it became a close one, and
Yep.
it's fun. It's always fun. So, all right. So we both agree Brady's the best ever. Good night, everyone.
Well,
Good game. Johnny Unitas wins this one. Not that it was Brady, but he beat the Patriots. So.
Unitas over Pirelli. Unitas gets the Colts to 1-1, and by virtue of the victory over the AFL team, the Colts will have first place in the AFC South Division, AFL South Division. The Jaguars and Texans have a victory over an NFL team.
The Patriots, of course, drop into dead last as the Dolphins.
Well,
and
we'll
Bills
see what the
have won
Jets do.
games.
Yeah, I was gonna see. We'll see what the Jets do. The Bills should be in first place anyway by virtue of their victory over the Patriots. Packers. I don't know if the Packers will be in first because the Bears are undefeated as well.
I think the Lions are in
Lions
first.
are as well. Yeah, the Lions probably. There's been no division games there, so conference record the Packers haven't played the NFL yet, so they're 0-2. They're 0-0, so they're probably in third place. The Bears, you haven't played the NFL either, so that's why Lions are in first place. Anyway,
Right.
till
Right,
next
exactly.
time, I'm Vinny Vincent. God bless America.